All public benefit systems will now require national biometric ID enrollment. Benefits will be restored upon chip implantation.
They're making us choose.
Open it up, we need food! It's gone! EBT don't work nowhere!
Power grid outages are continuing across the officials urge residents to remain...
That's it. You really cut us off.
Mama, is this all we got?
To continue receiving nutritional credits, citizens must verify identity via implantable bio-ID. Please remain calm and follow the directions of registration officials.
Can you run it again?
It's not taking any of it.
Did yours go through? All the cards are down?
Hold still. No chip, no eggs.
But I just...
Move along, ma'am.
Come on, baby.
Mama, is this all we got?
Hold out your wrist. Next, hold out your wrist.
I don't want it.
Then you won't eat. They said it'd come. We just didn't know it'd be like this.
All public benefit systems will now require national biometric ID enrollment. Benefits will be restored upon chip implantation.
They're making us choose.
A simple way to get everyone to accept the mark of the beast. Starve them out, make them homeless, and keep them sick. Oh, and as far as you talking about the EBT card holders looting stores, that's not going to happen. You see, all it takes is for one city, one store, it doesn't matter for this to happen to. The news gets out there immediately. Guess what happens? Trump sends out the military, not the National Guard. I think y'all forgetting. He got the military on standby. What we saw on these videos of they meeting, that was what they wanted us to see. But you got to remember, the camera turns off. And they had their own private conversation. Why do you think some of them stepped down and got the fuck away? Because of the news that they heard. But I'm going to get deeper into this. You see, they need us to beg them. Because martial law is going to come. Once anybody think about looting, it's going to come. You're stuck in your home. Now, all of you out there that's talking bad about the EBT card holders, thinking to yourself, yo, me and my family okay. I'm going to be honest with you, no, you're not. No, you're not. One or two things are going to happen. One, it's going to run out eventually. Two, when ICE, that's regardless of whoever, come to your home and don't think you above nobody else that they can't come inside your home. Guess what? Their mission is to make sure they make it as uncomfortable as they possibly can for you. It has to be done. Make the people beg. Cripple them. Knock them down to the ground. So then when they come out and say, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to wipe away your credit. We're going to do all of this. Make sure you eat. We got 15-minute cities, homes for all of you. But all you got to do is just take this little pinch right here, and you and your family are okay. You know what? Without a second thought, millions and millions and millions and millions of Americans are going to do it. The ones who don't do it, they're going to try to put up a fight for a minute. You're going to have many people do it. But here's the problem with it. When you're looking at your kids starving, your wife, your husband, or even your damn self starving, you're going to be like, you know what? It don't matter anyway. I'm going to die. You're going to take that mark of the beast. Get ready for it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Call HALAL, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving our praise to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth, in truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. Okay, real quick, I want to go into this post right here. All right, and as you've seen in the post-production, they're getting ready to roll out this MOTB, okay, this new digital system, okay, a digital prison, all right, and this is all a part of it. It says, breaking, U.S. dollar recall is coming to America. Washington just confirmed plans to replace the traditional U.S. dollar with a brand new digital version. If you hold US dollars in any bank account you must prepare before the switch goes live. Okay, and this switch is talking about the Great Reset. All right, they're about to reset this system, and this is why they have stopped your benefits from coming, because there's going to be more stipulations with it. And that's what you saw in the post-production with them telling the people in the AI video that they had to receive the MARK, the mark, or the name of, or really that CHIP, okay, in order to receive those benefits, in order to get food. Okay, this is why they're getting you lined up outside of food banks, for blocks and blocks, because they want you to have to depend upon this system. So this is going to show some tweets this individual made, and I'll try to find this page, but it looked like they took it down, and you see why. Okay, but it says this isn't a conspiracy. It's the biggest monetary shift in 100 years. Okay, and we in that time where they're about to make this move, and they've been waiting to do this for a very long time. So now we're seeing it play out. It says they're calling it Dollar 2.0, a new programmable version of the dollar that will replace cash and checking accounts. And if you some brothers are into trading and stuff, which when you go into those platforms, you're going to see a digital dollar. Okay, there's actually a new digital dollar on those trading accounts. Okay, which they're basically telling you that you have to transfer all your money into that digital dollar, or you will lose your cash will have no value. Okay, so you have to convert your physical cash into a digital dollar. All right. It says it will change how money moves, how it's spent, and who controls it. Okay, so more control. Okay, a bigger crackdown on everything, and that's what you see in those post-production videos. All right, and I'm gonna play some more in this clip. It says more than 110 U.S. banks have already joined the pilot network building Dollar 2.0. Bank of America calls it the foundation for the next generation of U.S. money. All right. Even Fed Chair Jerome Powell admitted the U.S. CBDC could help maintain the dollar's international standing, because the physical dollar is losing value every day. Okay, I believe it was a post I put up, and it said how the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its power. Okay, so it's only holding on by a thread. Meanwhile, the world is dumping dollars. China, Russia, Brazil, even Saudi Arabia. Their goal, a new de-dollarized financial system. Washington's response, recall old dollars, then replace them with a digital currency under full control of the Fed. But here's what nobody tells you. Every financial reset creates two groups. Those who lose everything overnight, and this is what's going to happen for the majority of these people. They're going to lose everything overnight. And those who position themselves before the switch. And this is really accurate too, because even us knowing this truth, the digital dollar, you might it would be wise to invest in some of that. Okay, so you don't completely get shut out, but we know that over time it's inevitable they're going to put it on the MOTB. Okay, it says because this time the recall isn't just a threat, it's a once in a generation wealth window, but only if you understand what's actually happening. And this is how the rich get rich and the poor stay poor. It says behind the scenes, businesses are panicking. Digital dollar equals new payment systems, and this means total confusion. Small businesses have no idea how to adapt. And that's exactly where the opportunity lies. Let me explain. Now he goes into how you can, pretty much, be the middleman in a situation to make some money, which is, sound advice as well. Okay, that's sound advice as well. But they took this page down for whatever reason. It says businesses will pay five figures a year to help them navigate AI-powered digital payment systems, and all these businesses are adapting to AI-powered systems. It says you don't have to be tech genius. You don't have to create an AI apps. All you have to do is act as the middleman. Okay, and he tells you how. But so I guess he's a financial advisor. But the point I want to show is this right here. Okay, how they're getting ready to make this switch. It says the biggest monetary shift in 100 years. All right, and this is playing right before our eyes. Let's go right here. Let's grab this. I'm gonna go into a few of these videos as well throughout the day. But I want to show what you see in this in the post-production. I'm going to put it in the post-production. But let's show some of this, all right? Look at this.
Y'all see the new technology is out, right? Yeah, I see the shit.
Everything is going digital, man. All right, what these are is these are carts that as you go shopping, they scan the products. They scan, you have to log into them. You know how you go to Aldi's? They have a store called Aldi's down here. I don't know if they have it all over America, but I know it's down here in Florida where basically when you go to Aldi's, in order to get a cart, you got to put a quarter in. Well, now to get a cart, you're gonna have to put your information in, on these screens. They got little tablets on the screens, all right? And eventually you're gonna have to scan your C-hip, okay, into that program in order to even get a cart. People tell me, I'm gonna run out with a cart. Well, imagine a cart like this, okay, that you can't even take out without putting your information in it, and then imagine you running with the cart, and the cart can just break. They can shut the cart down and the cart just break on you. It doesn't go anywhere. So you can have a cart full of groceries and you can't even get out the store. They can, like those little scooters in downtown, they can put like a proximity limit on those carts where they can't leave, a certain area, in that store, or you can't even leave outside the store without the cart. Okay.
Where you now shopping and shit, you can I think this is the one where you ring up your own shit.
So he's going to explain it, but we already know what it is. Okay, this is something that they have incorporated those Amazon stores. And I believe this is ShopRite. I don't think I've ever been to a ShopRite. They might not have them down here in Florida, but at least I've never been to one. But this is going to be in all these stores. All right, this is going to be the new way of shopping. Okay, more control. They say they want you to put your number in and your information and stuff. But let's bring this back. It says Revelation chapter 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which patience goes into suffering. You see, the Lord had to come down here and suffer, and we're suffering with our Lord and keeping this word. Okay, because a lot of people are going to forsake this word and go into this beast system, but we're not. We're through the Spirit of Yahawadah, we are going to maintain our integrity in Yahawadah. And with that, it's going to get rough out here for all of us. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is a time period where everybody's going to be tempted to take this MOTB. Okay, and it's going to show it in this next video. I'm going to show you how, you wait long enough, or in the post-production, you've seen it. Okay, he was going into it, how eventually millions and millions of Americans are going to take it because they're going to starve you out. They're going to have you homeless. They're going to have you pretty much shut out of the system unless you decide to take it. In China, you got people that's literally living on the streets because of that social credit system. Okay, they've been kicked out of that social credit system, man. All right. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try those that dwell upon the earth. So it's going to come upon all the world. This is why you see all these countries all of a sudden transforming into a digital dollar. Why? Because they got the memo from the elites. It's time. It's time. It's time. Okay. They're shutting the system down as we know it. So you can't say you didn't know. Hey, it's all in your face, man. All right, we are definitely in this time. All right, let's go back and let's see what else we got. Look at this. Thousands of furloughed federal workers in Hyattsville, Maryland, wait in line for food as they go unpaid during Trump's government shutdown. And look at this line. All right, I got to play the music because they got the sad music. And these people thought that because they had a government job that they were safe, that they were taken care of. They thought that it was all good. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You see, Esau, he's trying to take your crown. He wants you to reject Yahawadah. He wants you to forsake the Lord and bow down to his beast system. And this is how he's going to do it. Have you waiting in these long lines for food. Okay? People but start getting used to fasting, man. Okay, Scripture says, "Man shall not live by bread alone." Let's grab that. Okay, because a lot of our people, especially, they think that life is all about food. And it's not, man. Okay, it's about serving Yahawashi. And if you're not, then you're gonna be, in a bad situation when this time comes. Okay, it says Matthew chapter 4, verse 4, it says, which 4 is for mercy. And we're going to need the mercy of Yahawadah in these times. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. So, hey, you don't live and breathe off of food. You live and breathe by the word of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. The Lord can have you where you got all the food in the world and end up, still dying. Okay. Not to mention this food is poisonous. Okay. It's complete garbage. All right. But people are so hooked on on this food, and really it's more so the chemicals in the food, that they'll stand in these long lines just to get all the way to the end and tell them, and they'll tell you that they ran out. Now, I don't know what I saw right there. Let's see. Okay, I thought I was like some security, but they're gonna have, they're gonna have security, armed troops guarding these stores, man. Here we got in the next week or so, they're gonna go into the new month, and they're talking about, they're gonna start, bomb rushing these stores. Okay, well, you're gonna have another thing coming. All right, let's go over here and grab another one. And all this is good, man. It's all in your face. Okay, let's play this one.
You're sounding the alarm.
Yes.
For people that don't understand what the fuck is going on.
So here, I'll put it up for you here, yeah? So there's the video.
Yeah.
I don't know if your camera can see that, but
no.
There's the video. There's him speaking about it.
The G7 is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside...
Right, so that's the guy who runs our economy in the UK. His name's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And here is the article. Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency programming, yeah? And here's a quote from the article. This is in the Telegraph, the one he pulled up, but it was behind a paywall, so I'll just read the quote. Digital cash could be programmed to ensure it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible.
So basically they're saying that with this digital currency, they're going to control what you can and can't buy. Okay? It all boils down to them having total control over you, man. They're going to be able to control what you can and can't buy. That's why they came out with the food stamps and say you can't buy junk food anymore with the food stamps. And now they're just taking it away all together. Okay?
Holy shit.
Now, I'm going to take it one step further for you, Joe, right? So the vaccine passport infrastructure is in place. But now we know that the vaccine doesn't stop infection or transmission, but the checkpoint Charlie exists everywhere. They bring in digital banking, central banking digital currencies. You've got a scenario now that you're checking in and out everywhere you go using vouchers that are programmed, and you can only spend where you're told you can spend them. There's another word for that, man. That's called the Chinese social credit system. That's what it's called. And anyone who watches Black Mirror...
I just told you. Look, he's talking about the show Black Mirror. Watch that show Black Mirror. Every episode is speaking about and showing you about this world they want to bring with this digital, currency and this MOTB, ultimately, this B system, man. All right, but
we'll know what I'm talking about. You're told you can spend them.
Oh yeah, he mentioned the Chinese, the Chinese social credit system, which I just told you. You got people. I did a video on that maybe a week ago. You got people that's literally sleeping on the streets in China, man, because they got kicked out of that system. Okay?
There's another word for that, man. That's called the Chinese social credit system. That's what it's called. And anyone who watches Black Mirror will know what I'm talking about. That's that TV show, right?
Yeah.
So what they are telling us, and when I say they, who's they? People in power. That's the head of our economy, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, second most powerful person other than the Prime Minister and maybe the Foreign Secretary in the UK, right? He's telling us, I just played it there for you, he's telling us that's what he, as the UK, the head of the G7, want to bring in for the G7. So a scenario where, like in New York at the moment, because the passport infrastructure is in place, you bring in that digital currency and you've got this total control. And if I'm speaking to you the way I'm speaking now, and my employer or government, you heard that in the quote directly, yeah, deems me as saying or doing something inappropriate, suddenly I can't actually pay to come here and speak.
And this is why we're not going to be able to really even be a part of that system, because they're going to label us dissidents. We speak against the system. We're telling people not to take it, So off the bat, us men of the Lord that's out there, prophesying and teaching this word, you're going to be considered enemies of the state, okay? Domestic terrorists. And they're already saying how they're going to start running down on people and organization and gangs and seeking to lock people up and ultimately to get them deported out of this country, even if you are a citizen. This is what it all leads up to, man. A complete hell, a complete prison system, or it's like a digital prison system.
To you anymore. My digital currency won't even pay for the ticket, because it will be known that I'm coming to speak to you. sorry, your vouchers don't allow you to purchase that ticket to go and speak to Joe.
And your sound.
You hear that? So it says Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. It says verse 2, and the Lord Yahawah answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. It's not going to continue to delay. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So this man, he ain't right, man. Okay? He ain't right. And he's going to show you he ain't right. You can't trust this devil in his system. He's going to constantly take more and more. There was an episode on that Black Mirror show where basically, I forgot exactly how it went, but it was a woman who she had to get like a procedure done, okay, or she was going to die, and he had to put this technology inside of her. And basically, with that technology, they kept on restricting certain things, and they had to pay more and more money in order to get more use out of the technology. And eventually, it's like, I believe it was the brain chip. It basically started running ads through her and stuff, man. You pretty much become a complete serf to this system. Okay, that's all it is total control. They want to put this technology inside your body so they can control your body. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. And that's what it's going to bring too. This system is going to bring a lot of death. But he enlargeth his desire as hell, man. Okay? He can never have enough. It says, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. This is what this man is doing. All right, he wants to have everybody trapped in his system. Total control. In the NLT, I will come upon my watchtower and stand at my guard post, which is what we're doing in the spirit. There I will wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint. And this is what the Lord constantly, because I just woke up. It's like I haven't even got a chance to drink my tea yet because it's still warm. But we in a time where basically all these videos and articles are coming out showing us what's coming. Okay, and as we see these things, we have to report on them. Okay, to warn the people. It says, then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that the runner can carry the correct message to others. And that's what it's about. Carrying the correct message, man. There's only one answer for what the MOTB is, man. Okay? There's only one answer. It's not multiple. It's not few. It's not many. Okay? It's not this or it's not that. It's only one answer. And that's that the MOTB is the RFID micro C-HIP. Okay? Or the NFC, whatever you want to call it, depending on what country that you're in. They want to put a digital implant inside your body. Or a implant inside your body that holds these digital currencies and all your information digitally, so you can just scan it. Okay, you don't have to pull out any physical paperwork. It's all going to be already downloaded to that system or to that technology. Okay, the vision is for a future time. It describes the end. It will be and it will be fulfilled. You see. We're seeing it starting to be fulfilled in these last days. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently. And Elder Apostle Hart said, I've been waiting for 40 years. It meant that, the beloved elder been teaching for 40 years. Okay? So no matter how long we have to wait, we know it's coming. It says, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. You see? So it's not going to be delayed for much longer, man. Look out the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. And this is what, the people of this world, you Edomites especially, yes, that's the spirit you're in. You're trusting in yourselves, and your lives are crooked. You live in the wicked, and wickedness. And our people as well. You're trusting in Egypt, or the shadow of Egypt. You are trusting in this money, this system, where it's all going to fail you. See, we put our trust in the Lord, YAHWASHI. It says, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. So we're going to live by our faithfulness to YAHWASHI. We're going to live by our work that we have put in our faith to the Lord, YAHWASHI. But most people are not putting in any work to YAHWASHI, and they don't have no faith towards YAHWASHI. So how are they going to live? They're not. Okay, unless you take this beast system, which we know that when you take that system, it's going to cause cancerous sores, man. Okay, it's gonna cause cancerous sores. Pretty much gonna, you know, destroy your body anyway. So you're gonna die anyways. And if you don't die from the cancerous blisters, you're gonna die from the nukes when they hit. Okay, that's the judgment for taking this. But they're not telling you that at all. Okay, let me see. Let me get one more. Yeah, that's it. Let's go back. Let's get it right here. Okay, let's show you this, and we'll close out on this last video. Grab a few more precepts and close out. Because this is all ultimately what's leading up to as well. Do you think it's just about the money? They want to control how much you breathe. And while go watch that movie, what was it? Demolition Man. Or I'm gonna have to watch it again. You gotta watch all these movies over and over again to really truly understand what we're being shown. Okay, to truly understand what's coming. But in these movies they're showing you, and there may be a small little clip where they say something or they do something, but you got to pay attention to that. Okay, because ultimately in that movie they showed you how they wasn't even able to have sex. Okay, they wasn't able to have sex. They had to have virtual reality sex because of a carbon tax. This is what it's coming up to. They want to control your whole life, everything. Okay, everything. Put you in a digital prison.
What is happening in the You will not believe what is happening in the United Kingdom right now. And I'm not talking about this protest. Yeah, there's a big protest. People are saying no to digital ID. But quietly, many different banking institutions in the United Kingdom just added a particular feature onto their app. And you will be absolutely shocked because people called this, oh, no big deal, a few decades ago, and now what's happening. Check this out. As of today, a United Kingdom bank starts monitoring carbon footprint of what you buy. NatWest has updated their banking app, so it will now monitor your carbon footprint based.
So these people who are flying in private jets every day, they want to monitor your carbon footprint. You know, how much you're breathing. Okay.
On what you purchase. This will soon be tagged to your digital ID, no doubt. So check this out. Fun and leisure, 244 kilograms of CO2 emissions. They're calculating your emissions. And right now it's just like a fun thing for people to track, like, how much did I emit? But eventually it will be, excuse me, you have reached your daily quota, and you don't want to emit any more carbon than this because then we will freeze your account or something. Now,
I'm gonna tag a video at the end of this clip showing exactly what this is going to mean. Okay, a digital prison, you know, the carbon tax, meaning you won't be able to do a lot of things because they're going to put limits on it.
I know it's right now, this is happening all the way in the UK. It's not here yet, so everything's chill. But I can tell you, it all becomes first voluntary. Right now, they're launching digital ID throughout many different states. And right now, it is literally voluntary. But I can tell you, once 60, 70, 80% of people have voluntarily got the digital ID because there's some convenience or maybe there's a fee, like a discount you get if you have a digital ID. Eventually, once the percentage is high enough, it will become, hey, you have until this and this date to get a digital ID. This is the whole plan. It's a slow roll. We need to say no to this because otherwise we have some very unfortunate situations coming around in the future. Comment your thoughts below and follow for more. You will not believe.
Yeah, there is no stopping this, man. All right, this is the will of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. This has to happen. Okay, and it's going to happen. And it must happen for us to ultimately get delivered out of here. Okay, so all we can do is sit back and enjoy the show and cry upon the housetops that this is coming, warning our people, which we understand that the elect are the ones that's going to get it of our people, man. The majority of our people, they ain't going to get it, man. All right, they're going to have to be destroyed. Okay, so let's go right here. Let me grab this too. I just absolutely have to grab this right here. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse, get right to the point. It says, verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. I mean, if you don't bow down to this system, that's a form of you worshiping it. Bowing down to this system, bowing down and consenting, because it's not going to be something they're going to have to force upon you. All right, just like the yab, they didn't hold you down and make you take the yab. They put fear in you. They told you that you had to do it, or you're going to lose this, you're going to lose that. And because these people were afraid to lose their lives, they lost their lives. People really die behind that, man. Okay? And still dropping dead. All right? But it says, which when you go into this word kill, let's go into this word killed. Okay. I think they actually changed it up, but let's see what we can find. Okay, because they're gonna shut you out of the system, man. Okay. It says
Strong's G 615 apartino. Apartino.
It says to kill in any way to kill in any way whatever. So if they tell you can't get food and you starve to death, they killed you. If they tell you that you can't go to work and pay your bills and you homeless and you end up dying because you have no home and you freeze in the snow in the winter, they killed you. It says to destroy, to allow to perish. They're gonna allow you to perish. They're not gonna take care of you people anymore. This is why they're cutting off the benefits. They're gonna allow you to perish. Okay? You have something called assisted unaliving or whatever. Basically, you go to certain hospitals now, and if you don't have the insurance or the means to pay for all this health care that you need, they'll offer you an option that they can assist in unaliving you. Okay? Well, we'll make it painless, pretty much taking you out of here, man. This place is crazy. It says to extinguish. They're about to extinguish you, abolish, to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life, and procure eternal misery in hell. That's something else. But it says to kill outright, figuratively, to destroy, put to death, kill, slay. All right, and that's the time that we're in right now, where it's going to be, you against your government. Okay, and they're going to tell you you have to comply to this system, or you're going to go without. All right. Reading on, it says he called all, both small and great. This is why you're seeing this all over the world. And he called us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So yeah, everybody. Okay. This is why you're seeing all these countries at the same time going in the same direction. Okay. And then if they're not trying to go in that direction, they eventually get toppled with some type of coup. And they put a new, a new leader in there, and then they go right with the program. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell without this, man. Okay, this is what it's all leading up to. Like I said, I'm going to attach a video at the end of this video in the post-production showing you that, what that's going to be like, man. They're going to control everything. How much meat you can eat, how much electricity you can use, how much you can breathe, how much sex you can have, how many kids you can have. They're already doing this in China. Okay, so it's not far-fetched. You see what's going on over there. And America's getting all its products and everything from China. Okay? In the NOT it says, verse 15, he was then permitted to give life to his statue, to this statue that it could speak. Then the statue of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. And the statue is really the MOTB. I mean, it's like the New World Order. Okay, they want to bring in a New World Order. Okay, it's a one world government, one world currency, one world religion. That's your New World Order. And if you don't want to get down with that program and bow down to that system, then they're gonna, seek to, kill you. And like I said, they ain't gonna just go at you with a damn mallet across the head. No, it's gonna be, through that system. Okay, starving you out. Verse 16, he required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead, and no man could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. You see? So wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666, and that's what that's his whole vibration, 666, which is going to be also ultimately in the barcodes that are in those chips, man, that you want to put inside your body. All right, but I don't want to make this too long. Okay, you get the picture. I can go on and on with precepts. Let me just grab one more. Okay, showing you that you were warned, man. Okay, the Lord already spoke to his prophets, the men, and they will be the ones telling you about this. If your camp leader or your church leader or whoever is not telling you about this and it's coming, and they're not telling you the truth about it, guess what? They likely sold out or are not really, don't really have any understanding. And what that does is that makes it where they're going to lead you, okay, like the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. They're going to lead you into this ditch. And for you know what, y'all all will be destroyed. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then they shall know that a prophet hath been among them. You're going to know who the true man of the Lord was by the end of this thing, man. Scripture says, then they shall know who are my chosen. Right now, people confused. They don't know who the real man of the Lord is, whether it's Niquam from, Wi-Fi, or Alazar, the peg master from Sakari, or Deacon Hakah from Genesis, or Nate, Bishop Nate from the IUIC. They don't know who the true prophets are, but they all are looking over the true men of the Lord, which is the men of Great Millstone, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. Okay, they're the ones that's telling you the truth. Okay, they're the ones that's most demonized and hated amongst Israel. Okay, in NLT it says, but when all these terrible things happen to them, as they certainly will, then they will know that a prophet have been among them. You're gonna get that I told you so. Everybody already right now hitting brothers up, people that need, old women and friends and family. Hey, bro, you was right, bro. You was right. Well, if we was right about that, how much else were we right about? Get in line. Stay tuned for this this clip I'm gonna put at the end. Shalom, Kamishra, blah, blah, blah.
Entry denied. You have criticized the government.
Sorry, last week you purchased too much meat and now your access to your money has been denied.
You haven't let the government know about this trip, and your access is denied.
You have gone over your carbon credit allowance of food this week, and your access to food has been denied.
A day in the life of UK school children 2035 with digital ID.
You have gone over your electricity allowance this week, and your access is denied.
You have gone over your weekly travel limit and your access is denied.